All right, it's Monday, June the 5th, 2017. Welcome to Let's Talk About Tomorrow. My name is Earl Arnold. I am the host of the show. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know that I did. I'm just ready to get this second week started of this new podcast. We had a great time last week. We're definitely going to have a great time this week. But first, my opening comments. Stick around. All right, last week you heard me talking about a new, hot, and awesome female country duo called the Road Daisies. Well, you know what? I tried all week to get them on the phone for a short interview. I got them. I've got one half of the Road Daisies on the show today. And even though their album is not out yet, we're going to be sharing one of the hottest songs off that new album right here with you today. Okay, I believe we do have Marci Mitchell, one half of the Road Daisies, on the Road Daisies hotline. Marci, are you there?
I am here. Glad to be here.
Awesome. See, I told you guys that I was going to get them on the show. I'll take one half at a time. Marci, you guys are like crazy busy. What is going on with the Road Daisies?
We have had so much excitement. A long time coming, but we're very excited to have music out there. And thanks for sharing it with all of your followers. So yes, between photo shoots and selecting the album covers and getting our music all together and getting all of it produced and finished. Yeah, we're really excited. Trying hard to hit our release date for some shows we've got coming up. So we have been busy, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. You know, a lot of people don't understand what kind of work it takes to actually complete and put together a full, complete project, CD and everything. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is a lot of work, yeah. And for me, it's like having a deadline. Sometimes you do your best work under pressure. So we gave ourselves a deadline and said, look, let's get this done to where we can get it out there and get it released. Have some fun music for the summer for all of our followers to listen to. And yeah, it's been a work. I mean, really, we started in the studio almost a year ago. So
wow,
it takes a bit to kind of get it all wrapped up and ready to throw out there.
Yeah, I text Holly for my listeners. That's the other half of the Road Daisies. She's getting on a plane. I mean, you guys need to slow down. It's getting crazy. But I tell you, I did ask both of the Road Daisies for their permission because this album is not out yet. I mean, they're still, like Marci just told you, they're doing all the artwork. They're piecing everything together. But boy, have we got a song that we're going to play for you today. It will be on that new project. But guess what? Today, right here, all of my listeners are going to be the first ones to hear it. Now, this is a song that you girls wrote called Little Angel, Little Crazy. Can you explain that?
Right. Well, we like to have a little bit of fun with this when we're playing it live and tell our audience they get to be the one to decide who's the angel. And it probably is Holly, but
do I get to vote?
Yes, absolutely. Your vote counts. No, but as far as how we came up with the title and the writing, Holly had introduced me to a couple guys from Arkansas that she had previously written with, Brian and Kimball. And we met one afternoon and said, all right, let's see what we got. Everybody kind of lays their stuff out on the table. And there were, the first chorus, the first stanza, which you'll hear, I'd kind of been tossing around in my head for quite a while and just wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. So putting all of our minds together, we came up with a fun women power song, and it's a lot of fun to play live, and it sure was a lot of fun to record too. This was one of those that just kind of came together. I mean, really, we had it written, and once we got in the flow of it, within 2 to 3 hours, one of those, hey, I think we got something here.
Well, you do. I'm going to tell you right now, if this thing ever hits radio, it will go number one. There's no doubt in my mind. All right, listen, everybody. You get the first listen of a brand new song by the Dirt Road Daisies called Little Angel, Little Crazy.
Just love you myself. Could have had me, but you fooled around. It ain't hard to figure out what you're doing when I ain't around. 'Cause I got eyes in places that you wouldn't imagine. I'm not gonna stick around. We'll see who the fool will be. Good luck finding someone, honey, who will love you as good as me. Hell no, letting go. You messed with the wrong one, baby. You're dealing with a southern girl, a little angel and a little crazy. Daddy taught me to shoot straight. Mama taught me how much stuff to take. You were just having fun. I'm taking aim, boy, you better run. 'Cause if I miss you, best believe it won't be by mistake. I'm not gonna stick around. You'll see who the fool will be. Good luck finding someone, honey, who will love you as good as me. Hell no, I'm letting go. You messed with the wrong one, baby. You're dealing with a southern girl, a little angel and a little crazy. You're dealing with a southern girl. I know it's hard to handle. That's why it's so. I'm not gonna stick around. We'll see who the fool will be. Good luck finding someone, honey, who will love you as good as me. Hell no, I'm letting go. You messed with the wrong one, baby. You're dealing with a southern girl, a little angel and a little crazy. I'm not gonna stick around. You'll see who the fool will be. Good luck finding someone, honey. Hell no, I'm letting go. You messed with the wrong one, baby. You're dealing with a southern girl, a little angel and a little crazy. Yeah, a little crazy. Yeah. Woo!
Wow. There you have it, guys. Man. Little Angel, Little Crazy by the Dirt Road Daisies. Marci, that is one hot song. Woo! I think my
We like
listeners are out there dancing right now, I guarantee you. So, all right,
I hope
listen, I know you're busy, and I really want to thank you for hanging around as long as you have. How can my listeners become fans and follow you guys? Where do they go to do that?
Absolutely. We love to get to know our fans and listeners. So you can check us out. Facebook, we're on there a lot, Dirt Road Daisies. And you can like our page there. We try to keep you updated with shows and upcoming events. We also have a website that you can check out, and it's dirtroaddaisies.com. Of course, we're on Twitter too, so you can find us many ways.
Oh, listen, thank you so much. Make sure you give Holly a big hug for me, and we'll try to grab her next time and get her off that plane and have both of you on the show. Thank you for taking the time. We'll talk to you again soon. Promise me you will come back.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right, you take care, okay? Wow. Hey, guys, I'm telling you, that's a hot new duo. Make sure you keep your eyes and ears open for the Dirt Road Daisies. They're awesome. And let me tell you this, they look as good as they sound. We're talking hot. Just saying. All right, we've got a brand new segment called The Real Estate Minute. And you know what that means. That means Cry Like Realtors, right here in my hometown of Clarksville, Tennessee. David Green, the managing broker over there, good friend of mine. I enjoy having him on the show. He's always got a lot of great stuff to share. The office number, 931-648-2112. Or you can reach David Green at 931 801-8556. That's Crylike Realtors in Clarksville, Tennessee. Okay, I believe we've got David Green on the Crylike Realtors hotline. David, are you with us, buddy?
Yeah, bud. How are you today?
Man, I'm awesome. How are you?
Good, man. Good. It's a beautiful day.
I hope you had a great weekend. I mean, I hope you got some rest because I've tried to reach out to you at least twice today. And, man, they said you're out selling houses. So I guess we're going to have to make this really short and sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the busy time of the year, Earl.
And since you guys are so busy, what about somebody out there that's looking for a career in real estate? I mean, It sounds like you need some help.
Yeah, hey, the more the merrier. Come on in. The water's great.
What would they do? What's the best way for them to approach that?
Well, it's got to go through some schooling, and basically you're going to take and that's online or sit down classes, and there's an array of different schools that you can go to, and I can lead anybody into those directions.
Okay.
Give me a call, but basically what you're looking at is 60-hour course for the state exam, and then you would have a 30-hour new affiliates course after you've passed the state exam. So technically you've got 90 hours, and that is straight hours.
Okay.
So, that could technically be done in about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
And then after that, you come and meet with me, a managing broker at a real estate office.
Okay.
And we will sit down with you and then get you on board, order your license, once you've passed the test, the state exam.
Sure.
Tennessee Real Estate Commission,
okay,
or TREC as we call them, is the governing body over our license. And then once you join us, you would also join the local association of realtors, which, is here in Clarksville as well. And, for some people out there, they don't realize there is a little difference between a real estate agent and a realtor. A real estate agent is licensed by the state of Tennessee, and then most companies, most real estate firms will require their agents to join the Association of Realtors, or the National, State, and Local Association of Realtors, which takes us to a higher standard than even the state requires us to follow as well. So
right.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty easy process. There is obviously some schooling and some testing involved in all of that.
Sure.
And then once you get, once an agent gets here with us, we will take and train them through our processes and, show them how to sell real estate. And one other item, Earl, that figure, that cost number is approximately $2,000 to get to my door.
Okay.
Right? So
Gotcha.
that's the initial investment. Obviously, you'll have some more expense after you get here.
Okay.
But, that's pretty good money, pretty good money to get into a business that
no, you're right.
You can operate for yourself.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I'm going to leave. I mean, are you okay if any of our listeners happen to have any questions? Can I have them call you?
Absolutely, Earl.
You can reach them at 931-648-2112. And then you can also call David on his direct line, 931-801-8556. Hey, listen, I know you're in a hurry, and I appreciate you taking time to stop in. We're going to catch you again tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, sounds good, Earl. Good to be here.
You have a great day, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. All right, that was Crylike Realtors and David Green, 931-648-2112. All right, this next segment. Can you say Clarksville High School, graduating class of 1981? Well, tell me if you remember this one. Back in 1981. Sticks. Great song back in 1981 by Styx. Too Much Time on My Hands. I'm sure all of you remember that one. Great song. Wow. Well, we've got a brand new segment that I'm starting today. It's called Meet the Music. And this segment is brought to you today by Mary's Music, Your Music Store, and more. From time to time, I'm going to have this segment on the show where you're going to be introduced to some of the greatest musicians on the planet. We're talking the same musicians who play on all of the hit records that we're listening to on the radio. These great musicians, they're the ones that are behind the scenes. They're the ones that are making all the magic happen on all of these great hits that you and I get to listen to every day. And you know, I've been a music producer for many, many years. I've had the privilege of working with a lot of these great musicians. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've always said this, they're the real producers. They actually take the song in the rawest form, and then next thing you know, it's a masterpiece. Well, speaking of masterpiece, I've got one with me today on the show. He's a dear friend of mine, and I'm so glad that he has taken out just a few minutes in his busy day. Now, we're talking a guy that lives in the studio all the time. He's sought after. Everybody in the world wants him playing drums on their songs. Mr. Dennis Holt, are you with us?
I am. I was thinking, Earl, you must have been talking about somebody else. I got mesmerized.
No. Don't. You're not going to come off that pedestal that easy, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep you up there and make you stay. So, how are you doing, man? How are you?
I'm doing very well. I am doing very well. You know, I ran into on my session yesterday with some wonderful players, artists from Canada, and he said, "Hey, after your accident, how are you doing?" And I said, "You know what? It's amazing to be above ground and not below."
That's true.
Because I think you might remember back last fall, I was in a bad bicycle crash with
very well
40 miles an hour, and was apparently pronounced well by the cardiologist that found me lying in the road. He said I was well, let's use the term dead.
Yeah.
40 seconds. And so every morning I wake up, and every time I get to count off another song, I'm pretty happy, I got to tell you.
Well, let me tell you this. Since you brought that up, I've got a lot of listeners out here listening, and I'm going to share part of the true story of that also. I had called you, it was a few weeks prior to that, and we had a session coming up, and I think it was probably about a month after your accident, but I booked you way in advance because you are hard to get. And I remember I got a call from one of our guitar players who plays in a lot of sessions with us. And I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want him. He'll slap me if I tell his name. But he calls me out of the blue, and he said, "Earl, man, I wanted to share some news with you. Dennis was in a very, very serious bike accident." And I'm like, "What?" You know, I'm like, "Is he okay?" And he says, "Earl, I don't think he made it."
Oh my God.
I started weeping over the phone. For all my listeners, Dennis Holt is one of my dearest friends. And when I heard that, I mean, it just really, man, it broke me in half. And then he got a text while we were on the phone, and they had said you were in critical condition. I was like, oh, thank God, man. This, you know, I was terrified. And, you know, because in my mind, I'm thinking, man, who am I going to get to play next month? No, I'm just joking. I didn't say that at all.
Someone shorter than me that fits in the pictures better.
Oh man. I mean, yeah, those who don't know Dennis Holt and you've never seen him, he's about 7'3", compared to the rest of it. He's up there. So, but listen, share with us a little bit what's going on in your world right now.
Well, you know, kind of doing that, what we still refer to as the Nashville Shuffle. I mean, one day you're doing a demo, the next day you're doing, you know, playing on someone's record.
Right.
And then you're out, you find yourself on a bus going for a one-off in North Carolina, and then the next day you're on a plane to Ireland to work on a record.
Wow.
I've got to say, as crazy as it is in this business, if I can still use the term business, regarding music,
loosely. Yeah. Loosely.
Yeah. And, it's been amazingly wonderful. And I have just been able and asked, and I've just, to play on so many different things. I mean, Earl, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
And there's times when I keep thinking, all right, when am I going to make it in this business? I mean, really, I think it's kind of, okay, when am I going to make it in this business? I had somebody the other day go, Dennis, have you made a living as a freelance player? And I went, well, yeah, I guess I have. And he goes, well, then you've made it.
Yeah, you really have. I mean, because, I have people talk to me kind of in that same realm. And as a music producer, listen, I'm thankful, man, that I can get up every day and come into my studio and produce music. I'm now producing this talk show every day. I love this. This gives me a chance to talk to you guys again. And I mean, because the stories never end. Let me just now tell me if this rumor is true, because I was going to ask you this. I heard that you're actually playing on, I guess, some new stuff on Trisha Yearwood. Is that true?
Yes, sir, it is. I'm pretty excited about it.
Wow. I mean, when did this happen? When did because I heard about it the other day, but I wanted to see if it was true.
It's true. And, to be honest with you, I don't really know when she recorded her last record. I believe it's been quite a while.
It has, yeah.
And she is out. You might have heard of her husband.
Yeah, just briefly.
Garth something or other.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that guy.
Well, they're out. He performs and then brings her out. They do some songs together, and then he walks away and leaves her alone. So she's singing. She's been singing a lot, and I asked her the other day when we did this. It's been a few weeks now when we started, and I just said, my gosh, you sound amazing.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I'm singing a lot. And I said, well, I guess you are. But I want to tell you something about her. One, she truly is a wonderful singer.
Yes.
She is a good sport in the studio. I mean, she's just ready to go anytime I counted off. She was ready to sing again. And I've not been around a lot of artists that are more than willing and excited to do another take top to bottom every time one of the players goes, hey, let me have one from the top. I'm going to add another part, or I want to do another version, or I want to do another pass.
Sure.
And if I did a tambourine shaker pass, and I'm the magical guy that can do tambourine shaker at the same time.
I know, that kills me. I've seen you do it so many times. It's amazing. I would fall down.
I mean, even doing that, she's standing at the mic and they do another pass on her, and every one of them, in my opinion, and there's a lot of people that know me know that Dennis Holt has an opinion. It's not always.
No, not you.
It's the Scottish side of me, apparently.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, every take was a keeper. I mean, I'm just so excited. I hope they call me back to do some more. I had a great time.
Well, if they don't, there's something wrong. But I'll make a call to Garth and make sure that happens. So
okay.
Yeah. Hey, I got a couple of questions here. Now, I was kind of looking over. And I know you really well, and I know a lot of stuff you've done, but our listeners don't. I want to make sure they do. Now, this is crazy. I'm going to go back in time here. You got to just tell me, man, if you were on there or not. I got to know this one thing. The Pointer Sisters?
Yeah, there might be a few people out there that remember them.
I'm one of them.
Man, I mean, gosh, what an act. Yeah, gosh, we're going back a lot of years, but I was on a little bit of their final studio record, way back.
I thought somebody was pulling my leg. I mean, you're telling me this really happened?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
It
wow.
sure did.
That's crazy. The Pointer Sisters. Okay, wait a minute. I got another one. Taylor Swift.
Yeah. The funny thing about Taylor, people have gone, hey, you work with Taylor Swift. How come you've never, because everybody's looking for a good live gig these days.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of buddies that are doing some amazing ones. They said, how come you've never played live with her? And I said, well, because I'm older than her father.
Well, that's terrible because, I mean, you could hang with Taylor with no problem.
We're both almost the same height.
Hey, there you go.
She's a beautiful, and she's about 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I found her to be she's just shy and demure. And boy, she has really, really grown into herself.
Yeah.
As an artist, as we all,
Sure.
If anybody has an iPhone or a radio or something, obviously it's just kind of ridiculous to even
it is.
Think of Taylor as, she truly is. I think I read a while back that she was considered the top artist on the planet.
She is.
As far as sales and these kind of things. So
she's killing it.
And I worked with her back when she was starting out on her first record, and they held a handful of songs that I played on for other stuff. To be honest with you, it's interesting. It's one of those things where all of us in this business, as freelance players, will end up on we'll play on someone's project.
Yeah. And
you don't think it's a name that you don't know, or, often these days it might be some young man or woman, and you're thinking, well, that's pretty great music. I hope they do well.
Yeah.
And I remember when she was released and started making a huge splash all over the world, and I never thought anything of it until I received my special payments, as a musician through the union.
Yeah, the upgrade. Yeah.
July, we get this little small bonus of some records we played on, and
sure.
I saw they do a list on there, and all of a sudden I'm seeing Taylor Swift, and I'm thinking, wait a minute.
Yeah. See, that's awesome though. That's good.
Yeah. That was a nice little surprise.
Absolutely. All right, let me go back in history just a little bit. Restless Heart.
Yes, sir. I was the original drummer for Restless Heart.
Go ahead and tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm still proud of being a part of that. It was a hand-picked band. They didn't want a studio band. They wanted to put together a band and not have studio guys come in and do it, and then you'd end up with a completely different live band.
Yeah.
And so Tim Dubois and Scott Hendricks started pulling players in that they really liked, and I was flattered that, and I was doing a lot of records with Scott as a producer and engineer, and they pulled me in, and we started working on these tracks. What happened is the bass player, and I won't mention his name. I guess you probably wouldn't mind. You can edit this out if there's a problem. But Michael Rhodes and I were doing a lot of records together back then, and he was called in to play bass, and I was pulled in to drum, and they wouldn't let me play guitar. I play left-handed upside down, and they just weren't interested in me doing that. So, but what happened is I remember working on these tunes and thinking, gosh, this is amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we ended up going in soundstage and cut all these tracks. And by the time everything was signed, and I mean, there was interest. By the time everything was put together, Michael and I separately were doing other things.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to pass. And so what they did is they kept my tracks and brought in another drummer, singer, and then they went on to have a great career. But
Absolutely.
I'm tickled to, I got to play with them for the first time live last year. They were inducted, actually, Tim Dubois, Scott Hendricks, and Restless Heart. They're mostly all Oklahoma boys. So
yeah,
they were inducted into the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame.
Well deserved.
And the drummer was ill, and they called me and said, "Hey, you kind of remember some of these songs. Would you be interested in coming to play with us?" And I went, "Well, yeah. I've all these years, 28, however, 30 years later."
Absolutely.
I was tickled to be able to play these songs live, and it was so fun. But that first record had 3 or 4 hits on it, and I'm just still really thankful that I got to play on them.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Let the Heartache Ride and Back to the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
Some pretty cool songs.
Oh, yeah. They had it going on.
They sure did.
Wow.
And they carried on, and just all great players and singers. And, that was pretty fun.
I was going to share with you, I had a call earlier, and this is so amazing it turned out this way for today's show. Marci Mitchell and Holly Nicole Smith, who are the Dirt Road Daisies, you actually played drums on their last recording. I was the producer, and that's the last time I've seen you. And we recorded some songs for them. And I had Marci on the show today, and we shared one of the songs that turned out amazing. And I got to thinking, yeah, it's my boy Dennis on the drums. And of course, it's a real upbeat country song, and it was rocking out. I mean, your sticks were on fire. I mean, you were really going after it. And so it just turned out really cool. I told Marci that I was going to have Dennis on a little bit later, and she was like, "Oh, just tell him I said hello and give him a big hug on behalf of the Dirt Road Daisies." So even though you're not in studio with me, I'm giving you a hug over the microphone. So there you go.
Thank
so
you,
that's
sir.
from the Dirt Road Daisies. Well, buddy, I have got to wrap this show up. Me and you could sit here and talk for hours. And please tell me you'll come back and do another show with me.
I'd love to, and thank you. I mean, I love you with all my heart.
I do you too, buddy. You know that.
Yes, sir. As a friend, a musician, and a producer, you always give me a huge amount of freedom when we're in the studio. And brother, anytime you call, I'll be there.
Oh, so man, I really appreciate that. Yeah, we will. We're going to do something again soon. Dennis, I love you, buddy. Listen, I know it's Monday, but a lot of our listeners don't know that Saturday was your birthday. So happy birthday again. And I just wish you many, many more healthy years. All right. Love you, buddy. Sure. I got to go.
All right, Earl. Love you.
Take care.
By the way, just to let your audience know, I affectionately call you Earlene.
Oh, wow. You just had to go there, didn't you? Well, okay, then. I affectionately call you Denise. So now we both know. All right, brother. You take care, man.
All right, my friend.
See you, buddy. Bye-bye. Well, I know I broke my promise about never going over 30 minutes. Man, I am sorry, but how can you not just keep going with an interview like that? That was Dennis Holt, dear friend of mine, great drummer. Well, that ends today. I want to thank all of you for hanging out as long as you did. I hope you got to hear that last interview. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out for the day. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.